This conference will now be recorded.
Okay guys, so let's start it today, the TestNg. Okay, so what is TestNg, what is the use of it, and how it is useful, and why we are using TestNg. Okay, so we need to know all this stuff. So why TestNg is useful? Okay, so for example, we have our lot of test cases. Consider these all are my different test cases. Okay, so these all are my different test cases. You might have 100 test cases, 200 test cases, or more than that, right? So I am considering these all are my test cases. Now what we are doing, we are running this test. We are opening the Eclipse, opening a particular class, and we are clicking on the run button to run these test cases. If I want to run these test cases, I will be opening the Eclipse and I will be clicking on the run button to run this test case. Correct? So I will be running one by one. I am running one by one right now. That you cannot do when you have a bulk test cases. What I need all the test cases to be run in a bulk mode. That is, I need to click on once the run button and it should run all the test cases one by one. Correct? It should run all the test cases. Basically, I need to run all the test cases in a batch mode. So to run in a batch mode, I need someone to manage all these things, right? This guy is going to manage my test cases to run in a batch mode. Also, when you will be running in a batch mode, what you need to do? You can't, simply run. You have to, decide the priority. Which test case you want to run first? Which test case you want to run second? For example, if you are going to work on a banking project, you can't say, run first, send money test cases, then run, login test cases. No, first you have to log in into the website, then only you can sending a money or transfer an amount, right? So basically, I need to say that we have to prioritize our test case. I can say, boss, run first this one, then this may be my second test case, this may be my third, this is fourth, and like this. This is fifth, this is sixth, so and seventh, so on. So I can't run my test cases, randomly. I have to prioritize it. Okay. Sometimes I need to skip some test. I don't want to run some test cases at some point. For example, I don't want to run number 2 test cases at some point. Okay, I want to skip it. Sometimes, for example, my test case 4 is dependent on test case 3. Okay, so I'll say in case test case 3 is failed, I don't need to run 4. I can say directly just skip 4 and directly go to test case 5. Correct? For example, you are logging and then for example, you are sending an email and then you are going to your sandbox and you are checking whether email is present or not in your sandbox send item. So I'm saying in case sending email fails, there is no point of checking it in the send item. Correct? So there is no point of running the second test case. So that also you have to do, right? So basically what I wanted to say, if any test case fails, I don't need to run the dependent test case. I can just skip this and run the next one. All these things I need to do. So that someone should be there, this guy who can manage it. Also, sometimes I need to read from some outside file, say XLS file. Sometimes I need to generate the report, which is very important. Or maybe I need to generate the logs. So doing all this stuff, I need someone who can control all these things. That can be done with the help of TestNg or JUnit. Okay. Okay, any one you can use, TestNg or JUnit. Now, TestNg and JUnit, the commands in TestNg and JUnit are called annotations. Okay, the keyword in TestNg and JUnit are called annotations. All the annotations are same in JUnit and TestNg. Whatever the annotations you can use in JUnit, same annotations you can use in TestNg also. But TestNg is having, some more advanced annotations, some more annotations, which is not supported by JUnit. Okay, so if you know TestNg, you can easily work on JUnit. If you know JUnit, you can easily work on TestNg. Okay, so easily work on it. So, but since TestNg is having more feature, you can integrate TestNg with different other stuff, other different third-party tools, and it's very much compatible with any third-party reporting and all. So most of the people in the industry are using TestNg. So here also I am going to use TestNg. Okay, but in case, say in future, in case you need to work on JUnit, okay, I mean it's not going to take much time. It's not going to take time at all. You can just start using it because annotations are same in TestNg and JUnit. There is no difference. Okay, so we are going to start with TestNg, and you will see all this stuff how we can manage. Okay, so but in case, for example, you are working in some organization here, they are using JUnit instead of TestNg, that also you can work on it. It should not take much time. I mean, it should not take time because annotations are same, all the commands and everything is same. Okay, no difference. But TestNg is having some more annotations about JUnit. That's the reason we are going ahead with TestNg. So clear this much? What is TestNg? What is JUnit? Now, so what we have to do? We have to install TestNg in our Eclipse. So you can install TestNg as a plugin in our Eclipse. Plugin in your Eclipse. Okay, it can be used as a plugin in the Eclipse. Okay, so what to do? Now, just give me 1 minute.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this is what is TestNg and JUnit. Now, TestNg, you can install TestNg again plugin in your Eclipse. To remove this. Now, so for that, what you need to do? You go here. Okay, you go to google.com and type download. So the first link is, you can use it, testng.org/download. This is the official website of TestNg. You go there. Here, if you scroll down, here can you see the link they have provided for downloading TestNg. So this is the link, and they are saying update the site for beta in case you want to try with the beta version. So don't try with the beta. So you can try with this version. For that, you just copy this. Go back. You copy this. See, while copying this, one thing you need to take care here is, let me copy it. I am pasting it. So while copying, you have to copy the URL. See, when you copy, don't copy the dot. Just remove the dot. I am telling you purposely because most of the I am telling you purposely because most of the people copy along with the dot, and they are saying it's not working. Okay, because when you copy at the end of the sentence, there is a full stop. So don't copy along with the full stop. You just copy the URL, not the full stop. Okay. By mistake, sometimes people copy along with full stop also, and they are saying there's some problem and all. Okay. This is the URL from where you can download and install test. Now, TestNg can be installed as a plugin in Eclipse. So what you need to do? You open Eclipse, go to help, go to install new software. Okay, install new software. You can edit. You can click on the add button, type here anything, maybe TestNg, and here you type the URL, whatever you copied. Okay, and here any name you can give, TestNg, my TestNg, whatever you want. Click on OK button. Once you click on OK button, you can see the link is available here. See, I had mentioned the name is TestNg Eclipse, and this is the URL. So right now, can you see it's showing there is no items, no site selected. As soon as you select anything, it will automatically, verify inside that site, and it will show here the name. Okay. See, I am selecting this one, TestNg Eclipse. Can you see it's showing pending, and here it's progressing. So it's trying to search what you are trying to download. What you are trying to download. So it's searching. So in the pending, whatever you can see right now, see now it's TestNg showing, because it's able to identify, okay, this user is trying to download the TestNg. Now select the TestNg, okay, and click on next and finish it. Okay, click on next and finish it. So for me here it's not showing. The reason is I have already installed it in the same version. That's the reason it's not showing. But actually when you do the things whatever I am going to share with you, okay, I'm going to share this TestNg folder with you. I think I have already shared. So I told you guys to try it out. So see, here are the things. So here I just mentioned high level what is TestNg, feature of TestNg framework, advantages of TestNg over GUnit, some critical part. And here I am showing the serial by. Whatever I told, go to help, launch Eclipse ID under help menu, click on install new software option. Basically whatever I told. Then here you need to edit. Okay. After adding it, you enter the URL. Then you will get this option TestNg, whatever I got just now. Okay. So once you get it, you select this TestNg and you can see, click on the next button. Okay. You select this TestNg, click on the next button. That's what I'm saying. You select the TestNg and click on the next button from here. Okay. So once you click on the next button, then you will be in this page. Ensure the TestNg displayed and click on the next button. So ensure that here you are able to see TestNg. Here you can see the version number. Okay, next page. Then click on again next button. Then you will be in this page. You accept the license agreement. Okay, accept the license agreement. Click on finish button. Once you click on finish button, then it will take some time. It might take around 15 minutes also, based on your internet speed, 10 to 15 minutes. So make sure you are properly connected to the internet whenever you are installing TestNg. Else it might create a problem also later. If something happens, something not gets downloaded properly. So you have to redo the same thing. Okay. So next, once it is done, it will give, you might get some security warning and all. You just click on OK. Ignore this and click on OK. Once the installation is done, it will ask you to restart your Eclipse. You should restart. Click on Yes button. Once you click on Yes button, then Eclipse will get restarted. Okay. That's how you can install TestNg. After installing, if you go to After installing, if you go to run as, you can see this option TestNg test. Means you will get an option called TestNg test. That means your TestNg got installed successfully. That's what you need to do. Okay, just click next and finish it. Restart your Eclipse. Now here I have mentioned, how to create a Java project, how to create a TestNg class and all this stuff, which I am going to talk about it in my course. I'm going to talk about all these things. So don't worry, as of now, the things whatever I'm going to talk about it, same thing I put it in the document. Okay, so I'm closing it. So clear how to install TestNg? Any question? So you just need to, identify the URL and proceed. Okay. Are you guys able to hear me clearly?
Yes, Abhishek.
Yes, Abhishek.
Okay. So this is the way you can install TestNg. Now let's start with this TestNg. First of all, so this is our project. Under that, let me create a new package for TestNg, or you can create a new project also. It's up to you. So better you guys create a new project. Okay. I'm not creating new project for each and everything, because for each and every page, if I create, it's very confusing. So I'm just creating a package for TestNg. Under the same. Here, you can create a TestNg class. How to create? Right click, new. Then you go to others. Okay, right click, new, other. If you go to other, here you can see some section TestNg. Here, can you see TestNg? Here you can select TestNg class and click on next button. Here, this is the package name, this is the your source folder, this is the class name. You can give the name of the class. Okay, so before actually you start working on TestNg, so you have to plan something, how you are going to automate it. For example, we are working on some banking project, ICICI Bank, just for an example. Now we have to plan accordingly how we are going to do it. We have to plan accordingly how we are going to do it. Just think about it. I have decided I am going to create one class called money transfer. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create one class called money transfer. Inside that, I will put all the money transfer related test cases. What are the money transfer related test cases? Maybe NEFT money transfer, maybe RTGS money transfer, maybe IMPS money transfer, maybe international money transfer, or maybe and what is that? Maybe international money transfer, or maybe you are transferring your own account only, one account to another account. Okay, own account money transfer. These are the different test case I need to check. So I have decided that you have to decide. You have to sit, plan. Team need to decide how they are going to do it. So I have decided I will be creating one class money transfer where I will put all the money transfer related test cases. Then I have decided I will be creating one loan related test cases where I will be putting home loan, car loan, personal loan. Correct? So that's how you have to first decide, first plan, and then proceed. Then maybe I have decided I'll create one more test cases called user.
Abhishek can't hear you.
Guys, can you hear me now clearly?
Yeah, yes, Abhishek.
Okay. So I have decided, okay, I have one money transfer test cases, one loan, and one is user, where I'll put, register user, how to register a user, or maybe how to log in a user, different test cases. So let's go with this plan. I have these 3 test cases right now. I'll be going ahead with this. Okay. So let's create. Let me create a money transfer test cases. So what I am doing, I'll be writing right click, new, other, and I'll go to TestNg section, create TestNg class. Okay, under TestNg, click on next. Here you have package name. Here you need to write the class name. So what class name? For example, let me create this loan one. So I am selecting loan. Okay, I'll create money transfer also. I am selecting. Here, can you see there are different annotations? Before method, before class, before test, before suite, after method, after suite, data provider. All these annotations are there. It's not like you have to use all the annotations, or it's not like you need to use annotations. You can use, you cannot use. If it is required, you can use 1 or 2. It's completely up to you. I'll talk about it, about each and every annotations. Don't worry. So as of now, select the class name as loan, and let me select 2 annotations, before class and after class. Okay. Before class and after class. Give some name of the TestNg file, like TestNg.xml. You can give any name, but in the industry standard, people are using TestNg.xml. Okay, so it's going to create a XML file, TestNg.xml. So I just created the loan class. I selected these 2 annotations and I gave an XML file. Click on finish. Can you see TestNg.xml? And this is the loan class. See, TestNg.xml, it gets created, and under this package I have loan.java. Okay, in the loan class you can see there are 2 annotations, before class, after class, because I selected these 2, right, while creating this. So you are getting error message because you have to add TestNg library. Okay, so see, if I add TestNg library, it's gone. This is the way you can create a TestNg class, and you can use this XML file later. I will talk about this XML later. Okay, so here is the suite name. Suite name is nothing but your project name you can give. Okay, we will talk about it later. Now what we will do, I have created a TestNg class and all, everything is there in that document, whatever I showed you. So let me create, you can create a normal class also and convert it into a TestNg class. So I'm creating a normal class till now, how we are creating. Okay, so let me create the class as money transfer. You don't need to select main method, the TestNg. TestNg can automatically take care. Okay, from where you need to run. You don't need to select it. Click on finish. This is my one class money transfer. In this class, what I have to do, I need to have these 5 methods: NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, international money transfer, own account. Now in the TestNg, for each and every test cases, these all are my different test cases, right, under this class. For each and every test cases, you need to create one method. For NEFT, you have to create one method called NEFT. So you can write public void NEFT, any name you can give. This is one of my test case. Here you will be writing the code. Opening browser, driver.find element, you will be typing the amount, and you will be clicking on the transfer button. Anyway, today we are not going to write any code inside it. that we will see in the next class, grid class, project class, and all this stuff. Here we are just going to, type some statement, print statement, and we are going to see how we can install TestNg, how to use it. Later we will talk about all this. So here I am writing NEFT transfer. This is one of my test cases in TestNg. And the TestNg, if you simply write method, it's not going to work because there is no main method, right? So you have to use annotations. You have to tell keyboss this is one of your test case NEFT. How to tell? For that you have to write the annotation called @test. @test. That means TestNg can figure it out. Okay, this is one of your test cases. Put your cursor and import it from TestNg annotation. Don't import it from JUnit. Okay, import it from TestNg. See @test. This is one of your test cases. Here basically you have to write the web table code. We will be writing it later, don't worry. In framework class itself you can see. Now same way I have to create the other test cases. This is one of my test case. Okay, we are getting error message because I am giving the same name NEFT, then RTGS, 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 IMPS. Here it is, IMPS. Remember this @test annotation should be there so that it can be considered as one of your test cases. And international money transfer. Money transfer. Here transfer to my account only. I'm transferring from one account to another account. Okay, just some test cases. Okay, so I have created these 5 test cases under this money transfer. Clear till now? So this it's not like you can just go ahead and start with the testing. You have to plan it properly, how you want to manage it, how you want to do it. Later we will see all this stuff. So you can create a normal class and you can convert it into a TestNg class. Okay, so see, since I have imported the TestNg, so if I right click and go to run as, I'm getting this option TestNg test. Can you see run as TestNg test? Because I imported the TestNg annotations and I used TestNg annotations, I imported it. So my Eclipse can figure it out. Okay, this guy is trying to use TestNg. This is a TestNg class. That way also you can do, or the way this way also, like I have directly created a class, that is also you can do. But if you see our earlier program, or the old program, if I right click and go to run as, I'm not getting this TestNg option because it's not a TestNg class. Okay, so you can figure it out whether it's a TestNg class or not. So you will not get until and unless you write a TestNg class. So this is I directly created, and this is the way I normally create a class, and then I use TestNg annotations and imported it. Okay, this is what is TestNg. The public void NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, international money transfer, and transfer to your own account. So these are the 5 test cases I wrote. So I'm writing only system.out.println, and actually you will be writing your code here. You'll write it, web developer, don't worry. Now, excuse me. Now, what I have to do, you can run your test case. You can click on this run button. You can right click, run as, and you can click on this run also. Okay, it's up to you. When I click on the run button, Let me click run button. Let's see. I'm clicking run button. Alright. How come it's opening Chrome? It's running some other program, I think. I'm not sure. It's opening GMO and all. And yeah, it's not running this one. Let me run it. Now it's running. I don't know what happened earlier. So see it run. See what it is saying. Saying there are 5 test cases. There is 0 failure and 0 skip. That is, there is no failure and no skip. All the test cases run successfully. Okay. So if I go up, I can see all the 5 test cases, and here it's showing pass. Okay. Here it's showing pass. If I go results of running, class money transfer, if I go here, see it's showing all the test cases and it's showing in green color pass. Okay, it's showing in the green color pass. So that means all my test cases is working fine. Okay, all my test cases is working fine. Okay, so this is the way you can run a TestNg, and you can see here. Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
So here you can see I have run all my 5 test cases is running perfectly fine, and you can see it, all these things are green color. Green color means it's running fine. So this is the TestNg report you can see here also. So normally whenever we run, we see the output in the console. So here also you can see the output. Here it will show you the TestNg version, which version you are using. Okay, how many test cases you run, how many fails, skip, and all this stuff. But there is yeah. Can you guys hear me now? Hello.
Yes, Abhishek. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Hello. I'm not able to hear you. Can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear you,
Abhishek.
Abhishek.
I can't hear you.
Abhishek, we could not hear you.
Now it's audible. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, Abhishek.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying now, after running the TestNg, if you refresh your project, you can see there is one folder called test out inside your project. You go there, go to your project. So my project is this one, right? Weekday. Under that, you can see this folder. You go inside that. Inside that, can you see there are a lot of other files? You don't need to know all this stuff. You need to know this one, index.html. Okay, index.html. So this is the HTML file. If I double click and open it, it will show you the TestNg report. Can you see the TestNg report? Oh, it is showing the TestNg report. So see, this is the TestNg report. See, TestNg and all, when these guys run, these guys need to, run by using some XML file and all. Okay, so I have not created any XML file here. So by default, he is creating some XML file under some temporary location. Can you see it's creating some XML file under the temporary location? Okay, now there is one test, I'll talk about it. Zero groups timer. Here you can see the timer at how much time each test case took. So first test case took 31 milliseconds, second test case 30 milliseconds, 6, 4, 3 and all. Report output, it's nothing. Ignored method is nothing. I'll talk about it. Chronological view, you can see the chronological view, which test case started what time. Here can you see 5 method, 5 pass. So there are total 5 method and 5 pass. If you click on show, it's showing all the 5 methods. See all the 5 methods. And here it's showing green color, right symbol. Means all these methods have been executed successfully and all the test cases are in pass status. There is no failure here. Okay, all the test cases are in pass status and there are no failure here. So this is the TestNg report. By seeing this report, you can easily, execute your test cases, and you can, figure it out which test case pass and which test case fails and all this stuff when you go through the report. So I have run total 5 test cases and I can see all my 5 test cases are working perfectly fine. Okay, so you just need to go to under your project. You can see one folder test output. Under that you can see. Okay, so there is one more, HTML file. So it is also the same thing, but just in different format. It's showing in different format. So they are creating the report in 2 different format. All the test cases in green color. If you click here, it will take you to the details. If anything is required, you will get the information if something is failed. Okay. Well, the thing is, every time you run your test cases, this report will get overridden. Same report. It will not create different reports. Same report will get overridden every time. Okay. So you can see the same report here and here. If you refresh it, you will see the updated report because it's the same report. Okay. So this is what is TestNg and this is what is TestNg report. Okay. So clear till now? Then let me proceed. So how to install TestNg, how you can create the test cases, how you can create the TestNg class. You can create a TestNg class also, or you can create a normal class and make it as a TestNg class. Okay. So now let's talk about some other stuff. For example, Think about it. See, if I go here, which test case is running first? IMPS, then international money transfer, then NEFT, then this one, then RTGS. It's running in its different format, not in proper format. That is not going to work for us. We need to run all the test cases sequentially in proper format, the way we want. Okay, we want to run all the test cases in proper format. I mean proper priority wise. I want to run first in, not format. I mean proper way. Which one I want to run first? I want to run NEFT first, then RTGS, and then maybe like this. But here, if you see, or in the report also, if you go to chronological view, here also you can see first it runs IMPS at 0th millisecond. Then it runs international money transfer, then NEFT, then my account, then RTGS. I don't want him to run randomly. I want him to run in proper, sequence. To make it, what you can do, you can set the priority in small letter. Priority equal to 1. So this test case will run first now. 2. This will run second. Say 3 or make it 4. Let's see. And this is 3. This is 5. So the way I set it, first one is NEFT, then RTGS, then IMT, then IMPS, then own account. Okay, I set the priority now and let me run. It's done. If you see, now can you see? NEFT, RTGS, international money transfer, IMPS transfer to my own account. Now it's running in the same format, whatever I mentioned. So here also you can see the report, same report is regenerating. And here also if I go and refresh, it's 5 method, 5 pass. I run 5 method, all the methods are passed. If I go chronological view, see now you can see proper, way. NEFT, RTGS, IMT, IMPS, own account. Okay. Same way, if you refresh it here also, all the report gets upgraded. Okay. So it's showing. So this is the way you can run your test cases in proper format. You can prioritize your test cases. You can in proper sequence you can run. Okay. So this is one thing. So these are the small keywords you can use in TestNg which will be helpful, which will help you to design your things properly. This is one thing. Second thing, for at some particular point of time, say I don't want to run this test case, own account. What I don't want to run this own account thing. Transfer to an own account. So what I have to do? I have to comment out this line, or maybe I have to comment out the whole method. Right? I have to comment out this method. Correct? If there are, multiple lines, 10, 15 lines, I have to comment out everything, including the method name. Correct? So you can do that, or instead of doing that, you can just write, comma, enabled equal to false. That is enough. If you write enabled equal to false, means you are not enabling it. If you don't mention, everywhere it's enabled equal to true. Okay, everywhere it's enabled equal to true. Enabled equal to false means you are saying that this test case is not enabled for this run. Now if I go ahead and run, see, can you see now? 4 test cases now, not 5. So this test case is not running, see. NEFT, RTGS, IMPS and international minus. If I go here, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everywhere it's 4. Here also, as I told, this report gets upgraded every time. See here 5 pass. If I refresh it, can you see 4 method, 4 passed. Only 4 method. Chronological view, you can see only the 4 methods. Ignored method, now can you see which method got ignored? So this is your package name. TestNg is my package name. TestNg dot money transfer is my class name. So he's saying under this TestNg package there is a class called money transfer. In under that class, this test case own account is ignored. We are not running it because I put enabled equal to false. Report output, nothing will show you. We'll talk about it. This is the timer. Group, I'll talk about it. This I'll talk about it. And this is a temporary XML file. It gets created every time. Okay, clear? If I go back here and refresh it, can you see now 4 method? Own account is not there. So this report also get refreshed. 4 method, 0 skipped, 0 failure. Okay, time took 107 milliseconds to run all these things. Okay, these are the things. This is the way you can. Clear? The things. One more thing, if you want, you can group your test cases. You can write group equal to. You can put it under some group. Sorry, groups. You can put it your test cases under some groups. Say NEFT. I am putting it under the any group you can put. Maybe you can say this is part of a regression test case. You can put it under regression group. This is also regression group maybe. Maybe this is under smoke testing, just for an example. Maybe this is under smoke, or maybe smoke and regression both. So that also you can do. Smoke and regression. So what I did, I grouped my test cases. Here also you can put, but it doesn't make sense because any enabled equal to false. Whatever the group you make, it's not going to run anyway. You write it or not, the same thing. So what I did, I divided my test cases as per different groups. Say regression, then this one is smoke, and this one is smoke and regression. So divided according to my group. Run. So here it's running, you can't see any difference. Here also you can't see any difference. Here if I go and refresh, here you can't see any difference. This is same, no difference. Only here can you see 2 groups. If you click, it's showing 2 groups. One is regression, one is smoke. Under regression, I have these 3 test cases. And under smoke testing, I have these 2 test cases. Okay, so it's showing group wise. Here also, if you refresh, you can't see any difference here. Okay, only here you can see. But we can use these groups, so I'll talk about it. You can group your test cases. So these are the different stuff you can use. Now, think about it. My IMPS, okay, before that, I'll talk about, dependent test cases. Before I talk about dependent test cases, so let me talk about something else. So these are my 5 test cases out of that I am running 4. Now, for example, I have designed my test cases in such a way that before running each and every test case, I need to log into my application. What I need to do? I need to log into my application before running each and every test case. If I want to do it, what I need to do? basically I have to create one method called login, right? Public void login. I can write login to the application. Now, what I have to do? Instead of writing the login thing again and again everywhere, I have created a function called login, and I can call this login function inside each and every method, right? Before I run my test case. That's what I can do, right? I can call the login function inside each and every test case, right? In TestNg, you don't need to call it. Okay, so these all of your test cases are called methods. Wherever you are writing @test, so this is a method, test method. Means this is your test cases. These are all called method. You can use one annotation called @before method. Okay, before method. If you write before method, you import it. If you write before method, means before running these test cases. Okay, this before method will be called before running each and every test case here. So that's the reason you saw, right, when we are creating some TestNg class, he was giving us some annotations, before method, after method, before class, after class, and we selected some. Okay, so here you can write it later also. I'm writing before method. So login will be called before running each and every test case. Let me run. Why? It's showing 000, no test case run. Strange. These are the sometimes, it happens. Nothing was run. No test found. Main class, use XML suite to file option, configurator and all. No, nothing. It should be some problem definitely. Let me run it again. See, now it's running. I told you. Sometimes it happens with TestNg. He's not able to detect any XML or anything. So see here. Login to the application, NEFT. Again, login to the application, RTGS. Again, login to the application, international money transfer. Login to the application, IMPS. So it's calling login function before running each and every test case. If you go back here you can't see anything. If you go here also you can't see anything. See, it's all these things. These are the same two groups, timer, this ignored method. But in chronological view only you can see. If I go here, see. Login, NEFT, login, RTGS, login, IMPS, login, international method. It's showing the way it's run different method. So every time, can you see it's calling this login method before running each and every test case. It's calling the login method. Same way, after running each and every test case, I need to do the logout. So what I'll do, logout. This will be after method. You have to import it from TestNg annotation. Logout from the application. I am doing the logout from the application after method, and I am running it. See here, login, NEFT, logout. Can you see? Login, RTGS, logout. Login, international money for logout. Login, IMPS, logout. So before running each and every method, it's calling before method, and after running each and every method, he is calling the after method test cases. Okay, before method and after method he is calling. If I go back here and refresh it, There will be no difference in any of the views, only chronological view there will be difference. Login, NFT, logout, login, logout, login, logout, login. Okay, this is the annotations of before method and after method. Clear guys till now? Yeah, Satish Reddy. Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
Abhishek.
Abhishek.
Okay, so
Yes.
this is, yeah, so this is what you can do. So here you can see you don't have to call this method, you know, before each and every method, login method and logout method. You can use just the annotations, before method and after method.
I have a question here. Abhishek, I have a question here. Hello.
Abhishek, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying, I want to open the Firefox before I run this class. After running all the test cases inside this class, all the 4 or 5 test cases, I want to close the Firefox. So you can use two more annotations, before class and after class. Before class is going to call before you run this class, and after class is going to call after it's run all the class. I mean all the test cases inside this class. That is basically before exiting from this class. So actually inside after class you have to write driver.quit. In before class you have to write WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver, then driver.get. You can open the browser and all this stuff. Okay, so don't worry, we'll be doing all this stuff in our project class. You will see all these things we'll be using. So now we are just seeing how to install TestNg, how to configure, what are the different annotations and all this stuff. Okay, so now my sequence is I am opening the browser. After opening the browser, I need to execute all these test cases one by one. So before I execute this method, it will call before method, it will execute this method, then it will call after method. Then again it will call before method, this method after method, before method, this method after method. Like this it will call all the methods before after method, and at the end it will call after class. Okay, so if I run it, see 4 method, 0 failure. Here is opening the browser at the beginning, and at the end quit Firefox browser. Okay, at the beginning open Firefox browser, and at the end quit Firefox browser. Okay, in between you can see before method it called, then it executed method, after method it called. Before method, executing method, after method. Before method, executing method, after method. Before method, executing method, after method. At the beginning open Firefox, at the end quit Firefox. So at the beginning it will call this method before class, at the end it will call after class. Same way, if I go back and refresh, all the views will be same, only chronological view you can see. Can you see? Open Firefox and close Firefox. Logout, login, logout, login, logout, different methods. Okay, so clear how it is executing, what is the sequence?
Yes, Abhishek, I have one question here.
Yeah, please ask me.
Yeah, so we have grouped it, right? Smoke and regression.
Yes.
Okay. Can't we run only the smoke test cases?
Yeah, that we can run. That you need to know the XML configuration and all that we have to do later.
Later part. Okay.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
there
First.
could be a scenario that I need to call only this set of
Yeah,
test cases.
definitely. That is the actually use of the group.
Okay.
Okay. So we will do it later. So this is how it is. Open Firefox, close Firefox, and in between login, logout, login, logout. Other views are same. You can't see any difference, any higher. Only you can see in chronological view, and you can see in the console. Okay, that's it. Now, as I told you, so you have to decide which one you are going to use. It may not be mandatory you have to use everything. Okay, it's up to you. Say, I don't want to use before method, after method. I don't want to, if I don't want to use. So let's go back to this class, loan. Here I can use only before class, after class. I want to use only before class and after class. So let's use the same thing here. It's not like I have to use before method, after method. I'm opening Firefox browser and quitting Firefox browser. In between, I'll have different methods. Okay. Okay. So here is now this is my test class I have created. I have put all these test cases. Now I'm creating loan class. I'll put all these 3 test cases: home loan, car loan, personal loan. So I'll put just home loan. Home loan. Yeah. I have 3 test cases: home loan, car loan, personal loan. Apply for home loan. For that you don't need login, right? Apply for car loan. Apply for personal loan. So here I have 3 test cases, but in this class I have decided I'll just open the browser before I run this class, and I'll execute all the test cases, then I'll close the browser. Okay, I'll not be doing before running, or I want to open and close the browser before running each and every method, before running each and every test cases. So you have to write before method and after method. So that's up to you what you wanted to do. If you write it, see now total 3 test cases. Here it's showing apply for a car loan, home loan, personal loan. You can prioritize it and you can do all this stuff. Here if you go, it's showing the same thing. If you go here, every time report gets refreshed, right? As I told you. See, home loan, car loan, personal loan. You go back here, refresh. This is temporary XML, 0 group now. There is no group in this class. This is the timer, report output is nothing. Chronological view. Open Firefox and at the end close Firefox. In between car loan, home loan, personal loan. Here 3 method, 3 pass. Okay. So that's how you can design. So it's not like, as I told you, you got the plan and start working on it. It's nothing like that. You have to sit, plan it, how you want to design your classes, how many test cases you want to put inside each and every classes, what you are going to use. Are you going to use before method, after method, before class, after class, or are you going to use any one or any two? Then you plan it accordingly, team member, and fix to that some plan, stick to that plan and start working on it. It's not like, okay, let's start using TestNg. You have to plan and you have to do it. Okay, clear guys? Any question till now? Yeah. Now, so if this is clear, let me talk about something else. Let me create one more class. Now you know, right? So that's why when I create, go to new, I go to other, I go to TestNg class, click on next, I can give the TestNg class name and see these are the different annotations. Before method, after method, before class, after class, before test, after test, suite, data provider. So I'll talk about other stuff also. What is before test, after test, suite, and data provider. Okay, and once you create an XML file, you don't need to create it again because already created, right? TestNg.xml. You don't need to create every time. Only once is enough. We will be using it later. Don't worry. Okay, so you can create a TestNg class also. You can create a normal class. Now, let me create a class called what to say, some class. Account statement, for example. I want to generate some account statement. So at the rate test public void, okay, my account details, just for an example. Okay, I'm just creating some test cases. My account details. Here I am generating my statement, yearly, weekly, or quarterly and all. So monthly account statement. My monthly account statement I am generating. My quarterly, my yearly account statement. Okay, my yearly account statement. So something I'm generating, my monthly statement, quarterly statement, and yearly statement. Okay, my account statement I am generating. So if I run any, it will work as usual. You can see, there is one test case, it's running perfectly fine and all these things, it's printing. Here it's generating, it's full. Okay, TestNg.account statement, my account details and all. Okay, if I go here, refresh, I can see all. Okay, my account details and all. Okay, now for example, here I want to verify something. If you want to verify anything in TestNg, for example, I want to verify my account balance or something. You can use one class called assert class in TestNg. This is very useful and important class. You can use the verification using the assert class in TestNg. Okay, so I want to check the account balance. Okay, so maybe account balance equal to say something 50,000. I want to verify it. How to verify? You can use assert class, or otherwise you have to capture the value and you have to write these dot whatever you are using get text, and you can compare and all this stuff you can do, or you can use assert class. Assert dot, there is something called assert equals. Can you see? Assert dot assert equals. You can compare any two values here, boolean, integer, everything. So it's strike out because as soon as you use C, it's importing from JUnit. I don't want to import it from JUnit. I will be importing it from TestNg. Put your cursor here and click. Okay, assert dot assert equals. Here you have to write the expected value. Okay, what is my expected value? Expected value is 50,000. What is the actual value? Actual value is my account. Sorry, it will be my expected value. Okay, expected value is this. This is the actual value. It will compare actual value equal to expected value or not. If it is fine, then it will pass, else it will fail. If I run it, see it's passing, so it's perfectly fine, no issues, nothing. It's going on. Okay, there is also no error, nothing. Okay, there is no error, nothing. But if I write here, if I change the value 10, I have removed 5,000. If I run it, can you see it's failing? One run, one failure. So he's saying expected 5,000 but found 500. Expected 50,000 but found 5,000. Same here also. If you go and refresh, can you see the failure now? Can you see in red color? Red color means there is a failure. Go and refresh. See, same report in red color. One failed now. Okay, and you can see the same error. Expected this, found it, and it's showing some details. Using assert class, basically you can compare some value. Okay, not only this, you can compare any values, any two string also you can compare. Maybe you want to verify some title, say Google page title. So here you will be writing, expected value is Google, and in actual value you will be writing driver.get title, right? Driver.get title. So driver.get title will give you the title, and which will verify whether it's equal to Google or not. Correct? Here it's giving error message. I have not declared driver and all this stuff. So basically, I wanted to say that you can verify any values. It can be, boolean, it can be string, it can be integer, anything you can verify. Here also, if I run, it's going to fail. Alright. Oh, sorry, both are Google. Okay, it's pass. So here I'm writing Yahoo, Google. So it's going to fail now. Okay, see. But see the thing here. What it is printing? My monthly account statement. After that it failed. It's printing this, but after that it failed. So when you use the assert class, if anything is failing, it will not continue. It will stop your verification at that point. I mean, if the verification fails, it will stop your execution at that point. So using assert equals, you can do different verification. Assert equals. I mean, you can use anything. True. Okay, or you can write, some value, maybe you are capturing into some variable, you can use it here. Some boolean value if you are capturing. Remember, is selected or is element present, and if you are verifying whether it's correct or not. So basically you can do the verification. So as soon as it fails, it is going to stop your execution. These are, okay, stop your execution. These are called hard assertion. Hard means as soon as it fails, it is going to skip. See, I can use another stuff also. Assert true. There is something called assert true. Okay, assert true means I am checking the condition whether it's true or condition should be true. Earlier I used assert equals. Now I am using assert true. It will check whether the condition is true or false. Yeah, Riddhi, are you speaking anything? Okay.
No, Abhishek.
Okay. So assert true, what it will do, it will check the condition whether it's true or not. Okay. Say I am writing maybe 10 greater than 6. If it is not true, condition fails. If I run it, so it is checking the conditions here. Okay, it's perfectly fine. So there is no error, nothing. Here also if I go back, there will be no error. Okay, it's checking. Here also if I refresh it, no error. Okay, so you assert true will be check the condition. But in case if I put less than, then this condition is false, right? So but I am checking the condition true. So I am saying this condition should be true. Means if it is true, then only it will pass. Else if it is fail, it will print this thing. If I run it now, see it's failed now. So it's saying condition fails. Okay, whatever the error message I am printing, condition fails. Okay, or I can write my test case fails, whatever I want. So assert true is going to verify whether it's true or false. If it is true, it will pass, no issues. If it is fails, it will throw you error, and this also it is going to print in the output. Here if I refresh, here you can see condition fails. In the log, it will help you to identify why it is failing, and also you can write something. Okay, so here also you can see condition fails, or anything you can write here. Okay, comparing the condition. Okay, I write comparing the condition. expected true but found false. So they are expecting true because I use assert true but found false. Okay, so let's not make it fail, but you saw as soon as it fails, there it stops its execution. There is no more execution. Can you see my monthly account statement? After that, there is no execution. It didn't execute this line quarterly or yearly. Same way, there is something called assert false. Here it will check the condition is false or not. Means I am saying the condition should be false. Earlier cases I am saying the condition should be true. Here if I run 5 greater than 3 and I can put some condition. Checking the condition. Or I am saying, please check the condition again. So my expectation is it should be false. Earlier cases my expectation is it should be true. Now my expectation is it should be false. 5 greater than 3. Okay. So if I run it, now my test case will fail. Can you see it's failed? Please check the condition again. Why it is failing? Because my expectation is it should give me false. Return type should be false. Here basically I'm telling you what is the return type. I'm saying my expectation is return type should be true. So this is true. Here my expectation is return type should be false. But what actually it will return true, not false. So that means it's failing. Got it? Yes, more the difference. Here if I write like this, now it will be return false. And what is my expectation? My expectation is return type should be false. And this also will return false. Now it will pass. If I run, see now it's passing. And it's printing all. Monthly statement, quarterly statement, yearly statement. Okay. So this is what is assertion. These are called hard assertion. Means if there is any failure, immediately your execution will stop for this method, this test case. That is hard assertion. I'm hard. It's your test case is not going to continue, so you can't see those the other two stuff. Okay, this is called hard assertion. But there will be some cases maybe I don't want to fail my test case. Sorry, I don't want to stop my test case. I say, okay, if it is failing, that's fine. You tell me what is failed and you continue and execute the other test case. Say I am checking the condition. I am checking if it is false, that's fine. Tell me it's a false. Or your test case is wrong, failed. But you continue and execute this. My quarterly statement, yearly statement, maybe these are not dependent on this. So please execute and give me the result. In that case, you have to use something called soft assertion. Soft assertion. So how to use? You have to create the soft assertion, maybe SA equal to new. Okay, soft assert. Soft assert, create a object of. Okay, so let me make everything as fail. Yeah, it's fine. Let me comment out the hard assertion part. Okay, here soft assertion, actually if it is fails, it is not going to give you any it will give you error, but it will not stop its execution. So I can write SA dot. You can use the other things only, assert equals and all. Okay, maybe 12 expected is maybe 20. So this will fail, right? If I run it, see, though it's failed, it's executing all these three: my monthly account, my quarterly, my yearly. But the problem is it's showing here pass. So I'll tell you, just be with me. So maybe uses different places. Here I am using maybe true. Here I am using maybe false. Here I am using maybe, comparing to string B. So all these test cases will fail. If I run it, so it's failing, but it's executing everything. So software assertion will not stop. It will execute, though it's failed. Got it? This is called soft assertion. But here my problem is that it's showing me pass. I don't want him to show me pass. Because otherwise, if it is pass, I will not look into it. I will say, okay, it's fine, you are executing. But at least tell me it's failed. So what to do? At the end, you have to write SA dot, there is something called assert all. Assert all, what it will do, it's like a bag, you can say. Whatever the soft assertion you are using, SA.assert equals, assert equals, comparing string, boolean or string number. If anything fails, it will finally say your test case fails. But advantage is that it will execute everything. It will not stop at any point. See, if I run, see, it's saying my test case fails. Out of one is failed. But if you see, it's executed everything. My monthly account statement, quarterly, yearly. But ultimately, it's saying fails. See, what are the fails? Following assert fails. He's saying these are the assertion fails. Same if you go and refresh, same thing. Following assertion fails. If I go back and refresh, same thing. Okay, so it will execute. See, I am marking to A. So everything is going to, these two are passed, this will fail. Ultimately, it will say fail. If any one of the assertion fails, also it will say fail. So at the end, you have to write SA.assert all. Assert all, what it will do, it will collect all the assertion and it will check if anything fails or not. If any one is fails, it will say it's failed. Okay, this is what is soft assertion. So based on your requirement, you have to use soft or hard. Okay, maybe you want to verify some text in some page. You are not actually bothered whether there is, some spelling mistake in the text or not. Maybe it is not going to affect your functionality. You are just verifying the text is present or not. If the text is not present, why do you want to stop your execution? You don't want. You want, okay, if it is failed, failed. Just continue. And later tell me, okay, this is failed. I am fine. At least check the functionality. Okay. So you can use soft assertion in that case. So if I run, now only this case fails. But it will execute everything. These two pass. Any one fails, it will tell you your test case fails. It says fails. Following failure is this one. But other things are passed and it's execute. It will always execute everything. So this is what is soft assertion. Okay. So depending on your situation, you have to use hard assertion or soft assertion. Okay. This is what it is. Clear? Any question?
Yes, Abhishek, clear.
Okay. Then that's it from my end. Tomorrow also will continue testing. You will cover some more stuff and all, and you will see what are the things and all. So go through it, try out all these things. If you have any doubt, let me know. Okay. So what I'll do, I have shared all the codes with you. It is there with you already. But I think this part I am not sure. I am just copy and pasting it here. That's it. Okay. So I'll send it later you in the email. I have copy pasted it. Just you can copy paste for your reference and use it. Okay. Or maybe I'll send it to you for your practice. You can just use it. Okay. So this is soft assertion and hard assertion. Okay, I'll send this.